Hi everybody, welcome back. Time to do some yoga. Unroll your mat, grab some props if you want to use them. A blanket, blocks, bolster, anything that you might want to use as a prop. Don't worry if you don't have them, we can certainly work around them. I'll give you a few seconds to get it all together and I'll see you right back here. We begin today in a comfortable seated position on the mat. I am using a block underneath my sit bones. Feel free to do the same or any other comfortable seat where you can sit tall without straining to do so. Let your hands fall onto the legs, or you can drop your hands into the lap. Sit tall, relax the eyes closed. If it's more comfortable to keep the eyes open, you can, just maintaining a soft downward gaze past the end of your nose, just to minimize distractions. Let yourself settle into space. Finding some stillness in your seat as you let go of the rest of your day. Find length along the spine. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Bringing more awareness to the breath, keeping it moving in and out through the nose. Just keeping the breath moving nice and evenly, matching the lengths of your inhales to the lengths of your exhales. In Sanskrit, that term is samavriti, same breath. So if you're inhaling to a slow, silent count of 3, you're also exhaling from a silent, slow count of 3. Feel free to keep the eyes closed if they are. Bring palms to prayer at the heart. Inhale, lift the arms straight overhead. Interlace all 10 fingers. Flip the palms up toward the sky. Relax the shoulders away from the ears as the palms press up. Take one more deep breath right here. And let your hands settle toward the back of the head, cradling the back of your head. Let your chest rise up as the shoulders relax away from the ears. Your elbows just lengthen out to the left and to the right. Maintaining some softness around the eyebrows. And taking a big inhale, keep the chest lifting up as the elbows reach out. Exhaling, bring the elbows in without bringing pressure on your head. Soften your chin toward the chest, a little bit of a round. Inhale, lengthen up, chin up, soften the elbows out to the sides. Exhaling, bring the elbows in, soften into a little round, almost like a modified cat-cow. Inhaling, bring it up, chin up, elbows out. Exhaling, elbows toward each other, rounding, no pressure on the back of the head. 2 or 3 more, just follow the breath. Inhale. Exhale. exhale. One more. Inhaling, bring it up, let the elbows soften out to the sides, return the arms overhead, bring the prayer back to the heart center. Soften your chin to your chest. Take another deep breath right here. Good. Relax the left arm behind you and take your right hand toward the left knee or the left leg as you continue sitting tall, taking a little stretch, open twist to your left side. One more breath. And walk the hands back around. Go the other way. Right hand back, left hand to the right knee or outside the right leg. One more breath. And walk the hands back to center, hands on the legs, slowly opening the eyes as you once again take in your surroundings. Let's come off of our seat, come onto our hands and knees. And of course, please feel free to modify as it makes sense today. All right, so challenge yourself where you can back off if needed with your toes tucked without coming into full toe stretch. Walk your hands toward the knees so the hips draw to the heels. Still a nice strong stretch for the fascia in the feet, the plantar fascia, giving it a nice release, which also helps to open up the chain from the Achilles through the calf muscles, back of the knee, and your hamstrings, all the way up to your hips and low back. Take one more deep breath. And as you come off of your heels, lift your feet and shake out the legs a little bit if that feels like a nice release. Extending your right leg straight back behind you with the toes tucked, the right heel pressing away, waking up the right leg. We'll lift the right leg, send the right knee outside the left leg. Shifting back a little bit if that feels good or a lot. Take another deep breath. Come back up, bring the right knee to the right side. We'll go the other way. Left leg back, toes tucked. Gently press the left heel back. Just a little wake up stretch. We'll lift the left leg, send the left knee outside the right leg. You can keep it here. You can shift back a little or shift back a lot. One more breath. And coming back up, returning the left knee to the left side. Spread the fingers wide, lining up the wrist crease with the front edge of the mat. Tuck your toes, come to down dog, lift the hips up and back. Feel free to walk out your feet as you pedal out the heels. Big inhale, lift the heels up. Big exhale, sink the heels down. Rolling forward to plank pose, lining up the shoulders over the wrists, dropping your knees, then let your hips sink forward, coming into a high cobra pose. All right, the tops of the feet rest on the mat, the shoulders soften back, the heart opens forward, gaze past the nose, and let's give it another deep breath. And with your knees staying on the mat, shift back to child's pose, the knees wide, the toes together. You can reach arms forward on the mat if you like the continued shoulder opener, or you can do what I'm about to do, which is reaching the arms behind me, releasing the shoulders out. So some of you may know I've been working through some shoulder issues recently, so I'm still modifying my practice. Even yoga teachers need to do so. Let's come back to hands and knees as we transition to downward facing dog. With a soft bend in the knees, look forward, walk or float your feet to the front of the mat. Folding over the legs, relax the head down, the feet slightly separating, roll up slowly to stand. Press down as you come up. When the head comes up last, relax the shoulders back, Tadasana. Inhaling, sweep the arms over, grab the right wrist with the left hand, stretch up and over to your left. Bring it to center, grab the left wrist, stretch up and over to the right. Come back to center, fold over the legs, relax the head down. Lifting the left leg high, come into a brief standing split transition. Step into low lunge, bring your left foot back on the mat. Lower the left knee, Ardha Hanuman. We'll straighten the front leg for a nice hamstring release. Feel free to grab your blocks if you choose. Take one more breath. And bending up at the right knee. Again, feel free to grab blocks if you choose. Let the hips sink into the stretch. And if you want to give it a little more length, bring both hands to your right thigh. And if there's room to do so, just let the hips sink in as the shoulders relax back. One more breath. Relaxing both hands to the mat. Let's downward facing dog press back. Big inhale, take it forward to plank. Exhaling, you can drop the knees or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling back to down dog or take child's pose. Let's give it 2 or 3 deep breaths. And coming back to hands and knees. If you're in child's pose, let's downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg high, nice, easy stretch through the hip. Start to level the hips, low lunge, bring your foot through the hands. Step all the way forward to the front of the mat and fold over the legs, head down. One more time, roll up slow. Press down, uncurl as you come up. Standing tall, soften the shoulders back, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms around, grab the right wrist with the left hand, stretch up and over left. Return to center, grab the left wrist, stretch up and over to the right. Bring it to center and fold softly over the legs, relax the head down. Then right leg lifts up in a standing split transition, low lunge, touch your right toes back on the mat, lower the knee. Ardha Hanuman, blocks if you want to grab them here under the hands. Straighten the left leg, give yourself another deep breath. We'll bend up at the left knee. Again, if you want to grab blocks, you can. Let the hips sink into the stretch. If you prefer to give yourself a little more length, one hand at a time to your left thigh, chest up. The hips can sink in a little easier this way. Tailbone, lengthen it toward the back leg. Lift out of the waist. One more breath. And returning both hands to the mat. Downward facing dog, press back. You can hold it or flow through. And let's give it a couple deep breaths, either in your down dog or child's pose. One more deep breath. From your downward facing dog, lift the left leg high, big inhale, nice open hip stretch, level the hips, exhale, low lunge. Step all the way forward to the front of the mat and fold over the legs, head down. Big inhale, sweep the arms around as you rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. prayer at the heart center. Bringing your feet together, toes and heels touch. Bend the knees deep, Utkatasana, keep the prayer at the heart center. Shift your weight to the right leg, standing figure four. Bring your left ankle above the right knee. Feel free to work into it a little deeper if you have room, if you want to bring your arms on the top shin, optional. One more breath. Let's transition into standing split pose. The left leg lifts up and back. Lower your hands to the mat. Relax the head down. Use blocks if you like under the hands. One more breath. And step to low lunge. Bring the left foot back behind you. Lower the back knee. Ardha Hanuman. Straighten the front leg. One breath. We'll bend up at the right knee, lift the back knee, spin the back heel down as you set up for warrior two, windmill the arms out and around. Look over the right middle finger, relax the shoulders, but keep the arms nice and strong. Reverse the warrior, sweep the right arm high, straighten the right leg coming into triangle, Trikonasana. Turn the arms, lower the right hand, lift the left. You're either looking to the left side of the room or gazing up at your fingertips if you can. Give yourself another deep breath. Peek down at your front foot, lower the hands to the inside of the right foot as you bend the right knee, Skandasana, go to the left, bend the left knee, stretch the right leg, one breath. Walk it around, low lunge. Take your twist, lift the right arm high. Good, lower the right hand, down dog, split the right leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Level the hips, low lunge, step through. Step all the way to the front of the mat and fold over the legs, relax the head down. Big inhale, sweep the arms around, rise up. Urdhva Hastasana, palms to prayer at the heart, Samastitihi. Stepping your feet back together, toes, heels touch. Sink the hips down, bend the knees, knees back. Shift your weight to the left leg, standing figure four, right ankle above the left knee. Of course, if you have room to do so, you can lower the arms onto the top of the shin, the right leg. Give yourself another deep breath. Transition through standing split with the right leg high. Relax your hands down, head down. Blocks under the hands if you choose. One more breath. A low lunge, right foot back on the mat. Lower the back knee, Ardha Hanuman, straighten the front leg. One breath. And bending up at the front knee, lift the back knee up. Spin the back heel down as you set up warrior two. Windmill the arms out and around. Look over the left middle finger. Lengthening along the spine, tailbone down, chest up, crown of the head up. We'll reverse the warrior, sweeping the left arm high. Straighten out the left leg, Trikonasana, triangle. Turn the arms, lower the left hand, lift the right. Again, you're either looking toward the right side of the room or peeking up at your fingertips if you can. Find length, deep breaths. One more time. Peek down, bend the left knee, hands to the inside of the foot. Skandasana, go to the right, bend the right knee. Stretch the left leg, one breath. Low lunge to the front, walk it around. When you get there, the hips level out, take your twist, lift the left arm high, open up. Lower the left hand, down dog split, sweep the left leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Level the hips, low lunge, step through. Step all the way forward to the front of the mat and fold over the legs, relax the head down. Roll up one more time. Press through the legs, uncurl, all the way up. Relax the shoulders. Tadasana. Bring your hands to your waist and let's do a little Vrikshasana tree pose with optional Natarajasana dancer pose. Shifting your weight first to your right leg. Turn the left toes out to the left side. Stepping your left foot inside the right leg. You're either going above or below the knee. stand tall. So the foot against the leg against the foot, tailbone down, chest up, gaze past the nose, finding your drishti. Bring both palms to prayer. Tailbone down, press through the right leg, lift up, separate the hands. If you want to interlace fingers and press palms up, if that feels good, go for it. You're welcome to hold it right here. If you'd like to go for your Natarajasana dancer pose, the option is the prayer comes back to the heart. Your right hand rests on the waist. Point your left knee forward, kick the left foot back, and grab inside the left foot at the ankle. Bring the knees together, lift the right arm, gaze past the nose, kick into your left hand, kicking all the way back. Standing nice and tall, and of course if you want to work it deeper, if you have space to do so, keep kicking all the way back while the right arm pulls all the way forward so that your torso starts to level on the horizon. Give yourself one more deep breath. Let's meet in tree pose. Bring it up, returning your left foot to the right leg. Everybody, prayer to the heart. Lower the left leg, relax the arms, shake it out. We'll go the other way, hands on the waist. Shift your weight to the left leg, turn the right toes out. Stepping your right foot inside the left leg, above or below the knee, never letting your foot press directly on the side of the knee. The knees do not like to move like that. Stand tall, palms to prayer. Finding your drishti, press down, lift. You can separate the hands, you can change the grip, interlace fingers, palms up. You're welcome to hang right here and breathe. If you're adding the dancer pose, bring the prayer to the heart. Release your left hand to the left waist. Point the right knee straight forward. Kick the right foot back, grabbing the foot at the ankle, close to the ankle. Bring the knees together so the hips level. Chest up. Gaze past the nose, lift the left arm. Kicking into your right hand, you only need to go deep enough to get the back bend, right? And once you're there, right, hold it here, breathe. And if you're working it deeper, you can keep kicking all the way back so that your foot starts to reach all the way up to the sky while the left arm pulls all the way forward. Give yourself another deep breath. Let's meet in the tree poses again. Slowly bring it up. The right foot against the left leg. Everybody bringing the prayer to the heart. Lower the right leg. Relax the arms by your side. Shake it off. Returning right away to stillness. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, dive right over the legs. Lifting the chest on the inhale. Exhaling, step back into plank pose. Lower your knees onto the mat. Pigeon pose. Bring your right knee through. Bring the right foot through. Left leg back. Modifying on the back for the reverse figure 4 if that makes sense for you today. And if you're good to go, you can walk the hands out. Make sure the hips are level. The alignment should be clean. Relax the head down. Maybe use a block, a bolster, blanket under the torso, under your forehead if you choose. Keep the breath moving. One more time. And walk the hands back in. And roll to the outer right foot. Bring your left leg around. We're going to Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. So the left leg is straight, the right knee points up. Step the right foot outside the left leg. Drop the right arm back, sit tall. You'll twist to your right side. You can always take your left elbow outside the right leg if you like the deeper stretch. Give yourself another deep breath. Come back to center, grab a little counter stretch, go left. Return to center as you unwrap the legs, bend the knees, come forward, hands and knees, pigeon the other side, right leg back, left knee through. Level the hips, use props as you need, modifying, doing the reverse pigeon if you need. Sit tall. If you're otherwise good to go, keeping the hips level, the alignment is clean. Walk your arms out, relax your forehead down. Nice deep breaths. Letting it move free and clear. One more time. And we'll walk the hands in, releasing head up. Roll to the outer left leg. Bring the right leg around. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Lift the left knee. Step the left foot over. Drop the left arm back. Sit tall as you wrap around, twisting to your left side. Lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders, enjoying another deep breath. Take it back to center. Grab a little counter stretch right. Return to the center, unwrap the legs, then bending at your knees, lower down onto your backs. Setting up for bridge pose today. Grab a bolster, blanket, or block if you like. I'm going to be using a block myself today. So with your feet, your heels under your knees, separate the feet and the knees, hip width distance. You can always do the active bridge pose and put the block in between the knees to fire the adductors as you lift and hold. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which is lifting, excuse me, putting a block behind the lower back, right behind the sacrum. So again, feel free to use a bolster or rolled up blanket if you like. Now the option is you can hold here, make sure the knees stay in line, making sure your toes don't roll out or the knees roll out. Or has another little option for a back bend if it feels good, because I know it feels good for me, so it might feel good for you. See if you want to go for it. Extending out your legs on the mat with your low back, the hips supported. It might feel like a nice little release. I have my tailbone lengthening a little bit, so it's not this deep compression in the lower back. It feels like a nice opening through the front hips, right, the front of the pelvis. Give yourself another deep breath. Good. Lower your hips. If you're using a prop, keep the prop right where it is. But let's all return with bent knees. And if you're doing regular bridge pose, again, your hips are on the mat. Let's do a little shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. Lift the legs up. If you're using a prop like I am, you can support your shoulder stand by bringing legs straight up, heels over the hips. The arms relax out. Nice way to modify a shoulder stand to make it a little easier for the head, neck, and shoulders, but still giving you a little bit of work to do to keep the legs raised. Give yourself another deep breath or two. Good. Let's lower the feet down on the mat. When the feet touch down, lift the hips, remove the block, bring your knees in toward the chest. Rock a little side to side. Happy baby pose if you choose, if that feels good. And give yourself another deep breath. And then come up to an upright seated position. Feel free to take your fish pose, Matsyasana. Lay back, straight legs, chest up, head back, or put your prop in place. I'm going to use a block between my shoulder blades as I slowly roll back. And the shoulder blades kind of soften around the edges of the block. And my head drops back and just kind of soften the edges as I open up. I open the heart, relax the shoulders back, surrendering to the stretch. Take another 2 or 3 deep breaths. And as you release, bend the knees, roll to your side, rolling off of the prop, and just move it to the side. Hug your knees in. And then start to settle into Savasana, extending out the legs on the mat, drop the arms out. Feel free to use a blanket under your knees rolled up or a bolster to support the backs of the knees to release the low back a little more in your Savasana, just an option. Settling back into space, just relax the shoulders, turn the palms up, close your eyes. Letting go of the breath and just returning to soft, neutral inhales, soft, neutral exhales. Feel free to remain here for as long as you have. Definitely give yourself time if you can spare it. Otherwise, I will leave you here. Thank you again for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. I will see you next time.